Hello YouTube, I hope everybody's doing fine, and today I have two new items to show, and it's a midweek, not Saturday. And first let me get this out of the way. This is my police light for RC vehicles, or wherever you want to put it actually. It is drop tested as of now. I just sold this and I wanted to show also the buyer how he can upload his own code by using my USB to TTL adapter with pogo pins. So it's pretty simple. The case top and bottom is just snaps together, and then you have the beautiful inside. You just push on the wires so you can expose the bottom of the PCB, and let me unplug it here. I have to get it closer to the camera, and there are two sets of pins. Let's see if I can get it focused. Okay, the left one is 6-pin, that's the ISP pin header, and on the right is for the USB to TTL adapter. And I have always marked the positive on the TTL adapter in red, and all he has to do is, once he plugs it in into his computer, obviously just hold it on here like so and upload his code. And this runs obviously on the 328, so all he has to do is select the Arduino Uno as board, and then he will be able to upload his code. Once it's done, he can just snap this together, and since I'm using ABS always and only, he could just use some acetone and then glue these top and bottom together if he wants to. I don't know, but normally it does hold on tight pretty well. So that was my police light for RC remote controlled vehicles, and let me show you my newest creation. This is my V8 clock and date clock. I'm sorry. So anyway, it does show the time on the left, obviously, and the date on the right, and it does the animation of the cylinders, and it has the dots for firing of the cylinders. And this one is, I think, a Chevy firing order. It has an LDR, and once it gets covered, it gets darker, the animation slows down and the display dims, and once it gets light, it goes up again. And it has these beautiful acrylic shapes, hopefully more or less in the shape of an V8. And back here we have USB Type-C connector. It has obviously, not obviously, but it does have onboard 0 chip, so you can plug it in and upload code to it if you want to change it or whatever. And it does come, this is the 24-hour version, so it's 11 in the morning, so it will show go 12, 13, 14, you know the drill. And here it shows the day and month. It also comes obviously with a 12-hour version. Then it shows the time in 12 hours, and it shows the month first and then the day. And it is meant to be sorry, it is meant to be plugged in all the time if you have it on your desk, but to be able to show it off like this and carry it around the house and show it to my wife and whatnot, I did of course add a LiPo battery to it, and it has also RTC chip and backup battery. it does run about 2 hours on this small LiPo battery. I was gonna order larger ones, but then even if I double the time, it's still not much usable. I mean, this is too. I'm sorry. This is just so you can show it off, and yeah. And these are the max chips, 7219 for the drivers for the matrices, and this is it. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on Tinder, but if you want to have it, I know Adam is waiting for his. You can get in contact with me. And after I designed this, I had the idea, since I also like V twin engines on motorcycles like Harleys and whatnot. I did design this guy, and here I used the module, the SAM-D21 module from C-Dunio, I think it's called the XIOA or XIAO. Anyway, that's the module unused because I wanted this to be animated, the pistons to move up and down, and then I also have the firing of the pistons. And I knew that the Mega will be not fast enough to do all the animation whatnot, but I think the SAM D21 is also not up to the task. It's running on 40 megahertz, and to update two displays, they each have a separate chip select pins. They're separate display. I mean, you can control them separately. I don't think I'm gonna get any animation going on here. I was gonna move the bitmap up and down, and I might try to do it as a GIF file, converted to JPEG images, and try to animate it like that. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not, but anyway, worst case worse, it's a keychain. Right now I did put a extra PCB on the back. It will of course have acrylic front and back. I just put the PCB on the back so I can drop it on the table and have it stand up by itself. I will probably design another, it needs to be deeper, another stand so it will be slightly at an angle just to sit on my desk. And I will make some kind of connection between these screws and have it as a keychain as well. And anyway, if you're interested, let me know. I will make another version, obviously, with ESP32 with the rover module, and that should fit there as well. And hopefully then I will get a nice animation. So these will be keychains only. Of course you can, I mean, it's a basic shape of a, again, V twin engine, and it would make not much sense to put anything else on here. And oh man, what's going on today? I keep dropping this stuff. What I missed here is not missed, but to have this running on a LiPo, it's kind of a little awkward. Obviously it gets charged by the Type-C connector, so when it's plugged in, I take the 5V, go out to the charging circuit for the LiPo, and obviously most of the time the LiPo is at a higher voltage than the 3.3 volts that I run the displays off, and so I have to reduce the LiPo voltage again and then feed back into the into the module so it will run. Otherwise I would have also to boost the voltage from the LiPo voltage up to 5V to run it again, and then I would have again I don't know, I'm blabbering, I would have to reduce it again to 3.3 volts for the displays. So that's kind of awkward. I also did design my version. I think I mentioned this in the last video, I'm not sure. My version of the TTGO board, which is very nice, beautiful. But it does have a big thing missing. It's the on-off switch. Obviously, I'm running it on a LiPo. They do include a LiPo connector, which I luckily had some connectors myself to solder onto the LiPo battery. It does have a charging circuit for the battery, which is also very good, beautiful, but it does not have an on-off switch for it. So you have to either plug this in and out all the time, which is really crazy to do, as it also hits a component up here, so you have to plug it in an angle to get it in there. So it's obviously not meant to be plugged in and out all the time. And as I said, they did not include an on-off switch. Would be so much easier. There's enough room on the PCB to include it. And so what I came up with is sleep function, but that does not last very long, because you cannot put this board into a real deep sleep with less current. So it does drain about the battery in 24 hours, so you have to charge it up every 24 hours. And to wake up, you just hit reset, and then it wakes up again. And I also took an example, or took a piece of code for doing the backlight brightness in 4 levels. Did the battery just die? So it has 4 brightness levels, very hardly to see on the video. So anyway, I did my own design, and I made it in the form factor so that my PCB is slightly larger, actually just wider and not as tall, and it will fit with these acrylic panels that I have for my OLED gate and my oscilloscope and frequency generator. So I can repurpose, or not repurpose, but I can use the same acrylic front and back to add to this. And it will also have a MEMS MEMS microphone. And I did find a nice Woometer code for the TTGO, and so I could be using that as a Woometer. And there's also, I will put a link in the description, there's a guy that that made some games for the TTGO, and you will be able to play those as well, because it will also have a navigation button. So anyway, I'm waiting on these PCBs, and this is it. Oh, actually, on this V twin board, well, this one is obviously a Ferrari red PCB. No, it's not. It's just a red PCB. I figured it would look nice, and since V-twin engines are barely painted red, they're mostly silver or chrome. I figured I will, once I finalize the design, paint the PCB. So this is actually one of my older PCBs that I took the chip off again. I painted this in, it's a black PCB, and I painted it in silver, and this is how it looks like. And it's high temperature paint, because if you use normally silver paints, they do rub off easily, but this one stays on here. And since the PCB will be white again and printed in silver, it will be even a little bit more shinier. And of course you could clear coat it as well, but anyway, I plan on painting the PCB and then putting it with the acrylic front and back. So that's just the idea. I wish PCBs would come in silver. I mean, that's one color I would really like. I do like black, I do like the other colors, blue and whatnot, but silver, that's, I don't know, they come in purple, as you might know. Speaking of purple, I did receive my retro clock PCBs from Oshpark that I ordered back in July. Yes, 3 months ago. They arrived 2 days ago. So with all the new customs going on here in Bulgaria, or as a matter of fact in Europe, it took this long for these to arrive, and I had to pay extra custom fees to pick them up. And these were ordered at the same time as my regular green. I don't have it on here right now. And I ordered these from Oshpark because I wanted to get them fast so I can try them. But obviously it didn't work out this way with Oshpark. So otherwise I liked, because these cost like $10 for 3 pieces. And it's a payable price for testing purposes. They do come in nice Enic surface finish. And but now, and I liked it because it came fast. It came actually even faster than PCBs from China. But I guess not anymore. So anyway, they well, my initial thing was they can make it in any color. They make it in white, yellow, green, blue, red, black, glossy, and matte. Anyway, so why don't they make it in silver? I had one reservation about silver paint. I thought it might be conductive, but it is not. So they could make PCBs in silver as well. Well, maybe somebody picks up on it, and if you see silver PCBs from now on or in the future, I had the idea. Anyway, you could actually paint your PCBs any color you like this way. I mean, once you reflow them and put all your stuff on there and know it's working, whatnot, so you don't have to replace any parts on it, you can paint them any color you like, even coat them in clear coat or whatnot. That would make painting, covering in clear coat would make them actually waterproof as well. But then again, if you have a display, you're not gonna get the display waterproofed. But just an idea for anybody out there that wants his own colored PCBs, just paint them. Use maybe automotive grade paint. It will adhere better. Although I didn't use any how you call the pre-paint paint. That anyway, I just painted it silver on black and it turned out okay. It does not rub off. Obviously that depends again on the paint you use. This is a high temperature paint. Anyway, that was that. And I think this was it for today. If you do have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And I thank all the people that use my Banggood affiliate links. Last month was a good month. I made about $28. So, not much, but that will pay for a couple of PCBs. So, every little helps, and I really appreciate it. And in case you're wondering what this is a EDC flashlight. If you want to know more about it, let me know in the comments and I make a review video. Obviously this is bought, so it's not something I built. But if you want me to review it, or if you're interested in it, let me know and I will share a link and show what it can do. It does have some nice LEDs in there. Anyway, this is it, and I talk to you on the next one. Take care, everybody.